Alright, doing coast to coast walkway today. Started all the way up there north in Auckland. Right now I'm here at One Tree Hill, and then I'm heading all the way across the whole island of New Zealand.
I think that's the mountain.
But not really. Wasn't gonna do it because we can see the. Oh, yep, nope. I think it's kind of neat. And yep, there you go. Well, here I am, completed the coast to coast walkway once so far. I feel like Bilbo Baggins, just basically save the dwarves, slay the dragon, and now I get to make the long journey back home. And by home, I mean back to the hotel area, and that's going to be a little over a 2-hour walk according to the Google Maps. So, yeah, do I feel accomplished? Not at all. Why did I get out of this hike? Exactly what I wanted to and what I thought I was going to. Would I do it again? Absolutely not. No, don't do it again. Well, I have to, I guess, go on the way back. But am I glad I did it? Not particularly, but I would have wanted to do it anyway. The Coast to Coast Walk, it's basically the narrowest part of New Zealand. You can literally walk from the west coast to the east coast, or vice versa. Again, which I just accomplished from one side of the ocean to the next, or whatnot. But actually, before I forget, because I keep forgetting, something I learned again. Yesterday was a national holiday, the Anzac. Not quite sure what it means, but it's for both Australia and New Zealand. And I think it's really interesting because it's basically like a Veterans Day or more of a Memorial Day, but it's remembering World War One. So yeah, I guess New Zealand and Australia, I mean, they played a part in it, but that was kind of their big thing. And so ever since then, they've been every year holding this Anzac Day, commemorating all those that died in World War One from Australia and New Zealand, fighting under the British, or with the British, or under their reign or whatever. So it's just interesting because we have Memorial Day and Veterans Day, and there's World War II celebrations, but I don't see a lot of World War One, and I think it's really interesting. So again, I had gone to the museum, learned a little bit there. Was watching the news yesterday at Denny's, and they had a big story on it, and you got to see a lot of New Zealand Navy walking around town in uniform. Caught 2 Air Force guys. So just kind of unique and interesting, I think. Anyway, it's 2 o'clock. It's going to take me over 2 hours according to Google Maps to get back. I'm not really looking forward to this, but it should be just a straight on walk. Yeah. Head out, get back around 4. Probably should eat something, because all I eat is like one meal a day. I mean, actually, all I really eat is the ham and cheese toasties, ham and cheese sandwich from Starbucks, and a coffee every day. I mean, that's all I had this morning. That's all I had yesterday. I think that's all I had the day before as well. So yeah, I probably should eat something. And then I'll probably go grab a beer. Made it back. Well, I'm gonna save you guys a lot of time. Spent probably like 30 minutes just complaining about how tired I was on that hike. It was miserable, and I was hungry. Afterwards, I went and laid down for a little bit. Anyway, last night was my last night there in New Zealand. Did a bar crawl that came highly recommended. It was $10. You get in 4 clubs, and you get 4 free drinks. It was a good time. I actually ended up kind of forming my own little gang. I got there early and just started talking to people, and met this couple from Vancouver, another couple from DC, a couple from New York. So I kept running into Americans, and they kind of just formed around me. Actually won the first game we did. Had a pretty cool prize. It was a trip to the North Island, some scenic area. But unfortunately, I was leaving, this morning, so I ended up giving it to the person I beat. Well, the game started off with heads or tails, just flipping a coin, and everyone's in, and for your put a hand on the head if you think it's going to be heads, or on your bum if it's going to be tails. And then it got narrowed down to 2 of us, and it got really funny because it came down to phones dying. Anyway, so she was kind of embarrassed, and then I beat her. Again, I ended up giving her the package, but the rest of the night she was pretty mad at me. But it was a fun group. Had a good time. I went back to my room around 2 because I was getting picked up at 4. So I laid down for like an hour and a half and got on the plane and flew out here to Sydney. Right now chilling at Bondi, so I'll just be on the lookout for that video sometime. Also, just a side note, as we wrap up the night here in Bondi, yesterday that walk I did killed me. It's 16 kilometers one way, so 32 kilometers round trip, and that's about 20 miles. So yeah, my feet are hurting, and I'm sore and stiff, and blisters everywhere. But yeah, that just wanted to clarify that. All right, enjoy.